Hi, it's me, the guy who's received comments saying he looks like both Paul Rudd and Sam Hyde. Which is it? Because these are two very different looking men to me. So the state of the world has had me feeling a little creatively bankrupt, and in my desperation, I had the idea to make a new TikTok account and try to curate an algorithm with the specific purpose of giving me some weird content to talk about. And it did not disappoint. Well, actually, it very much so did, but that's what I was going for. I first knew it was working when I was served this video.
The next time you come across a group of crazy libs, you should drop one of these on the ground. They're going to go down to pick it up thinking they scored $100, and when they open it up, it's going to say Trump is your president. These prank bills are on a crazy discount on the TikTok shop right now.
For when you see a group of crazy libs walking down the street. Happens to me all the time. What a lame prank. And I really hope that the use of the Trump AI voice in this was just supposed to be funny and not to convince media illiterate MAGA cultists that this was something he actually endorsed. I mean, could I really blame them though, with some of the other goods Trump has taken time out of his busy schedule to hawk?
They're called Trump digital trading cards. These cards feature some of the really incredible artwork pertaining to my life and my career. It's been very exciting.
By the way, I am in no way intending to make a mockery out of our handsome and oh so intelligent commander-in-chief. Those trading cards look so cool, sir. The algorithm then supplied me with this video.
Oh, no.
Excuse me?
I'm not sitting next to someone wearing that hat.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
What's the problem?
You're wearing a MAGA hat? I'm not sitting next to you.
Just a hat?
I'm a woman and you're voting to take my rights away? I don't think so. Nope.
Just the most obviously staged video ever. It's from a perfect angle. Everyone else on the plane is quiet. The flight attendant took way too long to intervene.
Hi, excuse me. Hi, yeah, I'm not sitting next to this man.
And this isn't supposed to be like a scripted comedy sketch or anything. It's clearly being presented as something that actually happened, and everyone in the comments seems to be convinced. We leftists respect everyone, except for those with different opinion. 7,000 likes. It's funny, because despite labeling themselves as Democrats, they refuse to allow their opponents to simply live their lives alone, let alone have their own opinion. 1,000 likes. And the video has 3 million views total. While I am pretty disappointed in the people convinced by this video for lacking critical thinking skills, I'm even more so in the people that made it. Like, what are we doing here, guys? If this sort of public discrimination against Trump supporters was something that happened often enough, don't you think there'd be enough videos of it actually occurring that you wouldn't have to stage one to make your point? Might there be the rare, extremely sensitive liberal that would behave like this? I mean, maybe. But like, personally, if a guy in a MAGA hat sat next to me on a plane, I'd probably just roll my eyes, maybe text a friend because it's kind of funny. Definitely wouldn't say anything though, especially knowing that's exactly what he wants to happen. That's like the whole reason that anybody wears a MAGA hat. They're like the opposite of a girl's Nirvana t-shirt. With one, the wearer hopes people will interrogate them about it, while the other attracts unwanted people interrogating the person wearing it. Also, let's not pretend like there aren't definitely some Republicans who would freak out like this if a trans woman or Muslim person sat next to them on a plane. There are crazies on both sides of the political aisle. It's not fair to lump us all in with ours, and I know you guys don't want to be lumped in with yours. Naturally though, in my quest to create the most busted algorithm possible, I hearted this video. And I think that's the moment that TikTok became fully convinced I was an elderly media illiterate right-winger. Because I then started to get liberal freakout videos that weren't staged like that one, but you read the title.
Ma'am, what are you here for today?
Did you just call me ma'am and misgender me? You are a sexist, transphobic pig! Free Palestine!
Who's still going through all the effort of staging a liberal freakout video? It's 2025, baby. You just need to describe one to a computer and it'll create one for you that's just as convincing. If your eyes don't work. And you're stupid. And not just liberal freakout videos, it can make thirst traps too.
If this fucking offends you, good, keep scrolling. But if you voted for daddy, you just made a new friend. I'm following back everyone that comments the state they support from.
And cue all the elderly MAGA men commenting their state, hoping that will somehow result in this attractive woman who could easily be their daughter if she wasn't fictional, wanting to touch them, unknowingly falling for the most blatant engagement bait. Like, it is funny, but it's also sad knowing what a lonely, delusional life these men must be living to fall for this. In all fairness, I don't think that all of these AI videos are meant to come across as authentic, because a lot of them are more cartoony in a way that puts them into like sketch comedy territory.
Israel is a colonial state and must be stopped!
Bitch, do you know what land you are standing on?
Okay, like, I know this is trying to paint American pro-Palestine advocates as, like, hypocrites, but it doesn't really make sense. Like, we do know that, and we think that side was wrong too. We just weren't born yet to oppose it while it was happening. That's why we're against similar atrocities happening today while we're alive. There are several of these videos trying to dunk on pro-Palestine activists.
LGBT for Gaza is so happy to be here in Gaza!
Allahu Akbar!
Oh my, I think they may be homophobic.
I hate this argument that Muslim people are homophobic, so it's ridiculous for queer people to be against them being slaughtered by the tens of thousands. As if it's a commonly held belief among queer people that the punishment for homophobia should be death. I think if that were the case, there'd be a lot more patricide going on. I have a smart audience, so I can use words like patricide. Unsurprisingly, a lot of these AI sketches are also just blatantly racist. And no, this one that I'm showing you was one of the few tame enough that I'm even comfortable showing it.
Doctor, we're losing her. Bring it in.
Is that extra crispy?
Funny how before the advent of this generative AI technology, to make this exact video in live action would require the collaboration of a black person. Like, you'd need to look a black person in the eyes and explain the joke. Well, either that or you do blackface. These digital black puppets, on the other hand, will perpetuate any racist stereotypes you want them to without any pushback.
Dead ass why I can't bail out my baby daddy DeMarcus with my EBT card.
Something so haunting about that. There are a lot based around like car owner stereotypes that I'm unfamiliar with.
What can I help you find today? I own Ryobi Tools and I'm bisexual. Perfect. The F-150s are right this way.
But then it's so funny. Apparently there are people who disagree that Ford F-150 owners are the bisexual ones and will comment, you mispronounced Honda Ridgeline. Like, are either of these really known stereotypes among car people? This one is especially funny to me because it gets like insecure at the very end and feels the need to explain the joke outright.
Hey, John, hand me that torque wrench, baby.
I gave you a torque wrench last night, Big Daddy.
Toyota truck owners are super duper gay.
Like, in case you didn't catch what we were implying here, it's that Toyota truck owners are homosexual. One of the most common formats for these videos, though, is just one character telling a joke to another.
Hey, what's a gay guy's favorite meal?
Shit, I don't know.
Five Guys.
A lot of the time, they're anthropomorphic animals for some reason.
Yo, mama's so liberal, she thinks capitalism is evil while scrolling Amazon Prime in her Tesla.
Yeah, well, yo, mama is so liberal, she puts a mask on her vibrator.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Most often, Bigfoots or Big Feet.
Why are medication pills white?
Why?
Because they work.
There's apparently a huge audience out there for videos of two Sasquatches telling edgy jokes to each other, with creators like Bigfoot Uncensored, The Bigfoot, Bigfoot Talk, Bigfoot Boys, Bigfoot Unleashed, Bigfoot and Yeti. Sometimes they'll throw a Yeti in there. But like, according to legend, Bigfoot wanders the forests of the Pacific Northwest, so I feel he'd be like a crunchy libtard if anything. Fun fact, for my first grade talent show, I sang an original rock song that I wrote about Bigfoot, and that's true. He's even here on my flag. I love the guy. Primates in general seem to be the most common avatar for like the conservative male audience surrogate in these. Like the edgy funny guy who speaks his mind and the ladies love seems to be an ape in a lot of these videos.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to grab this pipe.
I can try, but it's huge.
Okay, am I too stoned or are these starting to be like kind of funny? Not like the jokes they're saying are legitimately funny, but more in a what the fuck am I watching? Is there actually an audience for this type of way? And I'm still wondering why the apes specifically are so popular.
If any of you celebrate the death of someone whose opinion you disagree with, you're an absolute piece of shit.
Unfollow me right now.
You think it speaks to something deep within people, an echo of their primate ancestors? Ironically, I think a lot of the people that enjoy these videos would be the type to go to a city council meeting and complain that their kids got taught about evolution in school. The thing I really don't understand, though, about these videos that are just two AI characters relaying jokes is what the AI brings to the experience that the typical meme comic strip format couldn't. Like, is it just that the novelty of the relatively new technology hasn't worn off for people yet? And I know I'm being the stereotypical left-leaning person by hating on AI art, but to be clear, I don't think I'm as anti-anything AI as some people are. Especially as a video editor, I'm open to it being used as a tool to streamline the more menial and technical steps in the artistic process. And honestly, those videos of the presidents playing Minecraft together fry me every time.
Wait, guys, what happened?
None, yeah.
I whooped Donald's ass, that's what happened, Joe.
Now that's just fake news.
I don't think I'll ever understand the appeal of videos like these, though, that have zero input from a human soul. Like, it's already sad how much interacting with our fellow human beings has been replaced by interacting with them on screens. I know, said the YouTuber, the irony's not lost on me, but at least I'm a real person pulling things from my brain to say to you with my vocal cords. Whereas in these videos, the characters and their voices were both just created by a computer. And even if the jokes were at one point coined by real people, I don't think it's the people making these videos. Like, if you're bothered by all the low effort, studio-mandated Hollywood movies trying to appeal to the widest audience possible, these are like the worst version of that. They're literally just what an equation thinks people would enjoy. Also, the fact that so many of these seem to be in the orbit of like anti-woke conservative comedy isn't really helping beat the accusations about right-wingers being bad at art. Like, goddamn, even Hitler's paintings had to come from his imagination. Anyway, sorry this was a shorter video. Hope it was at least a nice 10-minute distraction from, you know, the rise of authoritarianism. Hey, you know why I think of my wife as a sex object? No, why's that? Because every time I ask her for sex, she objects.
I hope you all meet someone who disagrees with your opinion very soon.